Hello everyone, Lit here. In this video, I'm trying to farm Watcher Eyes. So Watcher Eye is a unique prismatic jewel, and this is a pretty popular unique jewel to use. And there is a two category for it. The first one is item level 85, the second one is item level 86 and 87. So the difference is item level 85, the Watcher Eye only able to have 2 mod, and for the item level 86 and 87, the Watcher Eye will able to have 3 modifiers. So for the item level 86 and 87, the price will be a lot higher. And to get this Watcher Eye, there is 3 encounters we can do. The first one is Elder. This encounter will give you a chance to drop item level 85 Watcher Eyes, and you can access this fight using these 4 fragments, which you can get from completing Elder Guardians maps, or you can also put the Elder Guardians map on your Atlas Runner, and if your Atlas Runner able to complete them 100%, you will also get the fragments. And the next one will be Uber Elders, and Uber Elder will give you a chance to drop item level 86 Watcher Eyes, and you can access this fight using these 4 fragments, and you can get the fragments from Shaper fight and Elder fight. And the last one will be Uber Elders. So this is basically a Uber versions of Uber Elder fights. I know the terms is a little bit confusing, but this is how people usually refer to them. And this encounter will give you a chance to drop item level 87 Watch Size, and you can access this fight by using 5 decaying fragments, and you can get them from T17 map bosses. It can drop from any T17 map bosses, but there is 2 maps that are more likely to drop this fragment, and they are Citadel and Fortress. And for the build, I'm still using Penance Brand. But I do lower the DPS a little bit. I also change the flash a little bit to get a little bit more max stress. I do change some DPS node into life node, so get a little bit more life for better survivability. And this is because on these fights, especially Uber Elder, it have a lot of phases. So having a good DPS, it helps, but after a certain point doesn't really matter because you still have to go through all the phases. So having some survivability is pretty good. And for this test, I will do 100 for each of them, and we'll see what we get from all these fights. So this is the result from all the encounters. And for the Elders over here, we got 27 Watcher Size, we got Impressions, Cyclopean Coil. The Impressions doesn't really worth a lot. The Cyclopean Coil is also doesn't worth a lot for now. But if you do this on early in the league, the Cyclopean Coil actually worth quite a bit. And there is also a guaranteed drop on Elder Fight, which is the Uber Elder Fragments over here. So you will get 1 for each encounter, so we got 100 of them. So 50-50 over here. And I also got 3 of the Dominance. And for the Watcher Eyes, 37 is a little bit above average. Based on the wiki, the drop chance is 35%, so 35 is supposed to be the average. And for the Uber Elder fights, we got 37 Watcher Eyes, which is pretty good. Also got the Golf. The Golf is pretty rare drops, but if you're doing a lot of this, you're probably going to see a few of them. And we also got Indigons. Indigons still worth some, but you will need a pretty good roll. So, and this is the why I'm not putting press on Indigon. And we also got Mark of Shepherd and Mark of the Elders. And this thing, as far as I know, is only have value on early in the league. So at this time of the league, this ring doesn't really worth that much. But at the very least, this ring can give you quite decent amount of dust. And for the Uber Elder fights, I got 33 Watcher size, a little bit below average. And I got 0 Sublime, which is a big problem because on the Uber Elder fights, the Sublime Visions is one of the biggest contributor for currency for profits. The NID versions of Sublime Visions is worth 120 div. I got 8 Soul Ascensions. The glove itself is pretty good. I think the lowest price for it is 2 Divine. This is why I put 2 Divine over here. I got 8 of them, and if you get a good roll, you probably can sell them for a little bit more. And I got 1 Void Forge, which is, I think, is pretty lucky because I think the drop rate for Void Forge is really rare. But unfortunately, the Void Forge, the lowest price is 25 Divine, so it doesn't compete with Sublime Vision in terms of currency, but it does provide a decent amount of profit. And I also got 8 Aura Dominance. This is way above average, and the Golf is 3, and we got 4 Career of Decay. The Career of Decay is still worth a little bit. It's around 7 Divine if I'm not wrong. And we got a bunch of ring. This ring doesn't worth anything. And in presence, there is 2 of them bottom here that are worth quite a bit, like 2 Divine each, but I don't think they're going to contribute that much in terms of profit. And the helmet over here, the D4 of mine, I tried to check it, even if the good roll doesn't worth anything, so the same goes for the Eternity Shroud. So this is the Altar Breakdown over here, and let's see on the profit. And for the other, we are 36 Divine in profit, so that's around 10 Divine per hour, which is not that bad, but not great either. The average for me is around 2 minutes. I think I can do this like 1 minute and 50 seconds. And for the Uber Elder fight, we are 49 Divine in profit, and this is around 13 to 14 Divine per hours. Average time is 2.2 minutes. For the Uber Elder, we are minus 57 Divine, and this is the one I put over here. No Sublime, so free the profit. Like I said, the Sublime Vision is the big chunk of the profit, and my average time is 2.5 minutes. It's a little bit longer, but it's probably the same time with this one. And just to illustrate, if we got Sublime Visions, which is based on the wiki is 2%, so the average we should get 2 from 100 fights. If we got 2 Sublime, we are basically 40 Divine per hour, and if we only drop 1, we still 15 div per hour, which is, you know, not great, but it's still pretty good. And this is still the same thing from the last league. I think last league I'm also doing this test with Uber Elders. It's just a matter of like how much Sublime you drops. Overall, farming Watcher Eye is really kind of average in my opinion, unless you're willing to go for the Uber Elders. And even this one is pretty gamble because Sublime Vision is pretty rare to drop. Like I mentioned earlier, based on the wiki is around 2%, and 2% is really not that big percentage. So the range for the RNG will be pretty wide. It's really depending on your luck on this encounter. Maybe if you do it long enough, like with a bigger sample size, it's probably going to average out. And as I showed earlier, if we get average drop of Sublime Vision, if the wiki drop chance is right, the Divine per hour is really good. So I think that's all I have for you today. I hope this video is helpful, and if you like the video or this video is helpful to you, leave a like and subscribe. That will help to send us a lot. And also, if you guys have any question, as usual, leave it in the comment below. I will try my best to answer all of that. And thank you everyone for watching. I will see you in the next one.